So tomorrow is Mother's Day, and first of all, I don't care about it because it's the one day that I'm reminded of how much I suck. Probably I have zero confidence in what am I doing and how am I doing it, because there's no feedback, no confirmation from anybody else, no, I don't have other moms around me that we're friends with that to evaluate or discuss or share. Everybody's busy with their own life, and I get that. I don't know. But for almost 41 years now on this earth, I think that's one of the greatest blessings and the hardest things I've done. And on Friday I had the opportunity to talk to some of the teachers at my school with ladies teachers, and I don't know why. I know God is good. He sends people to me at a certain time to share certain things with me so that I can not feel that alone in this whole endeavor of motherhood. But one lady that I worked with her 3 years ago in that same school, and then I took 2 years off to raise the twins napping in the back behind me, and she shared with me that she has a twin, identical twin, and I had no idea. Those years, that whole year, almost a whole year we worked together before, I didn't know. But she opened up and she knew that I have fraternal twins. I showed her pictures of them and the recent park we went to, and she's like, yeah, I have an identical twin. She works in a bank or something, and she's a teacher, elementary school teacher. So I was like, well, that's different. And she said that her mom always wanted to match them, like the same clothes together, but actually the two girls didn't want to have the same clothes, and they're different individuality, different character, but they just always, together, doing things together. So and she has a baby now, 1.5-year-old, probably taken care by either parents, her parents, or daycare or whatever. But so, like when people start sharing with me, like the other week, this other teacher was sharing with me with his 2 daughters. I think I mentioned that in a different video before. But it's just all those layers of faces, of masks, it just falls out. And when they start sharing with me things, I see them in a different way than just the teacher of that class. I just see that person as a person, and I look at her and I'm like, she stays there from how, I don't know how many hours they stay at work. When I go there, when I go home, they're still there. I don't know when they come and when they go, but she has a 1 year and I don't know if it's a boy or girl, but 1.5-year-old, I think, from what I understood. I don't know. I don't understand anything they say to me, but like when I catch here and there phrases and words, or my GT, my Japanese teacher that teaches English with me, she helps me to translate sometimes. And so yeah, it was wonderful. I don't know. Basically, when I see the others leaving their kids behind in daycare since 3 months after birth, I consider all my 5 kids very lucky that I was with them for the first 2 years of their lives. Not that it matters in the long run. I think it doesn't really matter. I don't know if they grow stronger as an individual, or safer, or more confident, or whatnot, or more independent if they go earlier to nursery school and daycares. I don't really know, but I haven't done research on that. I think there must be a difference of some sort, and every person takes the world around them differently. But bottom line, at the end of the day, I really hope those kids I got to spend my life with on this earth know that I love them, and everything I do or think or plan is actually for them. Because I care about those humans. They grew up inside of my body, and that's a fact I cannot even begin explaining how it feels. It's magic, it's amazing, it's wonderful, and it's a blessing, definitely. But those 5 individuals that grew on this earth through my body, I'm grateful for having that relationship with them. And yes, they're not perfect, but neither am I. And if I am a perfectionist that wants everything done certain ways and they don't, I'm starting now to accept that and realize that, you know, they're individuals who have their own interests and time and everything, and I just have to be this person that they trust is there for them, listens to them. And sometimes I feel the older three probably think I don't love them as much as the twins, because the twins, I just hug them and kiss them all the time. They're just so cute and small, and I love them, and I want them to know that I love them. I cannot just restrain my love for them because the other 3 will feel they're not loved. I always tell them, when you are this small, trust me, you are kissed and smushed and smooshed all the time. That's just how I am. And if you don't believe me, I'm sorry, but that's what I was doing to all of you. That's just me. I'm like that. I love them. I love small little babies, and when you guys were small too, I would smooch them all the time. So they know that. They know mommy's like that, and they also know the dark me when they get me out of my nerves. They know that side of me as well. But bottom line, they know that I would listen to them, and I would try to grant their wishes as much as I can. If financially is impossible, I would try to come up with a plan to save up for whatever they want and make it happen, basically. But you know, also I know that they have to fall and they have to get up, and they have to hurt their faces, their elbows and their knees and their heads or whatever. And I know that they have to go through their pains and problems and cries and frustration and whatnot, laziness or whatever that everybody goes through, those notions in life. And I'll walk with them, I'll try to be there, but you know, everybody walks their own way ultimately. And I would be there as much as they want me to be present in their lives, but I'm not gonna push myself into constantly being there and telling them what to do. I'm not that kind of mother. I think, no, I'm not. I'm definitely not. I worry a lot, and I think all moms do. We all worry for our kids, their safety, if they're fed, clean, everything they have, if they have friends, their emotional health, their physical health, everything. But it's been how many years? My first was born was 29. Now it's 5 years, 5 kids later. Like 20 years later. Is it 20 years later? Maybe it's how many years later is that? 29. Yeah, so it's like the last 12 years I've been mom in a foreign place, where I cannot talk to their teachers freely. I cannot make friends with other moms. The moms that I have contacts on my phone with is because my oldest uses my phone to connect with his friends who also use their parents' whatever devices and tablets and whatever. And so I don't really go and chat with moms around here. Nobody's English is that good, and my Japanese is not that great either. So, and when work starts, I don't even have time to get groceries, which I'm about to go and do now. But as a mom here, I don't wish that to anybody. But you don't understand the doctors. You cannot talk to the doctors freely normally, like sharing. I don't know how to explain it. When you're in a foreign country, even if you speak the language, even if I spoke the language, the way I express myself, the way I think, it's not the way they think here. They have their own specific, very specific way of talking outside of the house, and manners, and certain gestures and things and words they say, which is those cliches that welcome, all those words that are, and phrases that everybody out of how do you say it in English? Those words that you just have to say them, okay? This is how it is, and to me this is just waste of time. And I'm a person, I don't know what kind of creature I am, but I'm a person that cut straight to the topic. I don't like small talk. I don't like all those bowings and mowings and different kinds of official, superficial, whatever they're trying to implement into children since elementary school, nursery school. And I see that becomes even an interesting situation in my house, because how my kids are brought up is with the Japanese culture, and so they beat around the bush, and they never go straight to tell me. So I always remind them, with the mommy, things don't work the same way like with Japanese people. You don't beat around the bush, you just tell me straight, and I will give you a straight answer, yes or no, yes why, or no why, because to me the rest of it is just a waste of time. You don't have to make a point to me. I'm your mom. And so yeah, another thing that really hit me, they were talking with them, it was just like yesterday or 2 days ago, I don't remember, like 2 days ago, we were talking about how, if you know how many languages a person can know here, like you could know Korean and Japanese and English or whatever, like you could know those like languages here, and then my third born goes, well, I know 3 languages too, and I'm like, yeah, sure. How many Bulgarian words do you know? How much Bulgarian you can say? Like, can you say sentences in Bulgarian? Oh, I know some words, like super confident stuff. I'm like, but that conversation just hit me. I'm like, my kids don't know anything about their mom's roots, anything. Like, they learn about Edo era, they learn about whatever Japanese history it is here that they teach in elementary schools, I don't know, and facts and social studies about this country, and like they share with me, the kids share with me, so I learned from them, in this prefecture that's what they grow the most, in this prefecture this is what's famous, and blah blah blah. So but they'll never know anything about their mom's place. And recently I was exchanging texts with another lady who is Japanese, but her husband is American, and they lived in the States, I don't know how many years, but then they sold everything out there and they came to live here because she said she missed her family tons. That's what she said. She missed her family tons, so they moved here. And I was like, and their kids are bigger than mine, so it's like we're talking about junior high school, and like finishing, like those kind of ages. And so I was like, wow, that never worked for me. But like America is a developed country, Japan is a developed country, so if you move from one to the other, not really much difference in, say, lifestyle or whatever. But my country is still considered a developing country in Eastern Europe, so going from here to there would be, earning their salary would be really hard to sustain a family of 7, I would say, with a husband who doesn't speak my language, with my kids not speaking my language. So in any way, in any angle I see it, it's going to be not beneficial for my family. It will be just beneficial for me. And why would I do that to my family? Why would I let them suffer and go in a place where probably cool, but like you feel like a foreigner? So yeah, I don't think I can do that to my kids. A neutral place would be an English speaking place, an English speaking place where they can still make friends equally enough, fairly enough. They'll probably struggle at school a lot with writing and reading in English, but I make sure that we do English homework at home. We work on the grammar and those pronouns and proverb, like adjectives, and we learn about possessive and compound we will learn all that right now, and we're on 4th grade level right now, even though they're 4th, 5th, and 6th grade in Japanese elementary school. So I'm trying to do that so that they can at least read English and understand the grammar behind it, and even if they don't understand the terminology, how you call it, like verb, noun, adjective, like those things, at least they know subject, object, and action word, the verb. So and two of them expressed desire to study in the same university. I wasn't in Hawaii, and Brigham Young University of Hawaii, but to do that you have to take an English test if you're not an English speaking country. And so I did that, and their father did that, I guess, too, and they have to do that to go there. So to pass that test, they have to learn to write essay and to read with comprehension and understanding and answering questions. So I don't really know. I'm trying to help them decide from now, like where they want, what direction they want to get, because so far from what I see is YouTube and games. But they're boys and I get it, but things change. So I learned that everything is a phase in your life. It was a phase of my life when I would go out with a stroller with the baby snapping in it in the mornings, and I would just have all those videos that I did before on YouTube, and I put for the future me to watch and be reminded of that time. This is all done because it was just a phase of my life. Now I cannot just put them in the stroller and go and walk, because they're bigger now. They're 2-year-old. They sleep. They nap very short naps, and then they go to bed early, and then they wake up early to go to the daycare, and mommy drops them off before work, and that's how it is. So every step of your life, every page of your life, book of life, is a phase. It just starts and it has an end eventually. It just becomes naturally to transit to the next level, and it's really interesting to see that, and to look back at it, and see what you've learned and how that helped you to be the person you are today. And another thing I wanted to sincerely share is that I think a lot of people say, you are the person that you are, and you show your true colors through your trials and everything and stuff like that. And then it's a fact that the circumstance, you don't let the circumstances get the worst out of you. You know what I mean? Like become bitter kind of person and stuff like that. But let me tell you, I would be one of those people to disagree with that, because no matter how much I've tried, God is my witness, I've tried to make a reasonable, try to make a meaningful, happy lifestyle here. I tried to be faithful, trust trusty person. I trusted the person I married. I followed blindly. 120% I did. And all I saw backwards is if I struggle, if I start disagreeing, if I don't like the way it's this way, say with the kids something at school or not, it got worse and worse throughout the years. And I'm here to tell that circumstances can take the best out of you, and you can become this bitter person no matter how much you've tried. And trying is an everyday effort. You try every day to be grateful for who you are, what you have, who are surrounded by. There are so many things to be grateful for. But I also know that certain circumstances can take the best out of you as well. I know that I wouldn't be this person that I'm right now if I were raising my kids back home and I'm surrounded by friends and I have other moms' friends, or other families to get together with in the weekends or in holidays. And I wouldn't be that person that I am today. And my true colors as a person, I'm a very cheerful person in general. I like to make new friends. I like children a lot, and I love my children endlessly. And I like to get to know people and be friends with people. I don't necessarily call everybody friends. It's very hard for me to call somebody a friend. It could be a person that I spend more time with, and then it depends on the level of sharing, how much information I share. Is the levels of friends for me can vary. There are people that I left off because we separated from college, but I'm pretty sure if I meet with them, it's the same. We just take off from where we stopped, and we just get back to where we were. We always will be friends. That's that. But trying to make friends here is very discouraging for me, because under this niceness and this fake smile and this emotionless, I've seen a lot of people in different situations, even in my schools, and I have to say that there is this level of acceptance where they can they let information out, and then that's it. You just hit wall after wall after. So that's it. And sometimes it takes like 3, 4, 5 years of work for some people to feel comfortable around you as a foreigner, because once you look not like them, that's it. Doesn't matter you speak the language, doesn't matter you know their culture, it doesn't matter how much you bow like them, you always will be an alien here. That's it. And so I had to learn to live with that, work with that, observe that 365 days a year for many years now. And so I wish one day for deliverance from this place. I feel like a prisoner because I'm here for my kids' sake. I'm not here for my own sanity, or I do not enjoy any of this. Not even one single bit of it. It's very difficult, it's very challenging, and I'm grateful for those little moments when I can get out of the house and not be thinking about lesson plans for English or worrying about something. Just get out, get some groceries, and babies are napping nicely, and I can just let my thoughts out. For me, that's refreshing. For me, that's something I would do to help my sanity, so I can wake up tomorrow morning and still want to be alive. You know what I mean? I know there are much worse situations with people with so much hardship. Like a story somebody shared with me recently about some Korean person being married to Japanese man and living here in Japan for long. And after her daughter grew up and met somebody in Korea, went to Korea and wanted to get together with him, got pregnant. His parents decided that they didn't want to do anything with her. They tried to destroy their marriage. So that pregnant lady actually killed the father of the husband or partner or whatever, because she probably couldn't take it anymore. And because, you know, when you're pregnant, your hormone, I do not sustain or support any kind of murder whatsoever, but I also have a very good idea what was she going through, knowing that you're going to be a mom. You don't have any security. I don't know what the heck her partner was all about. I don't know what kind of person he was, but I know that his parents were against them being together. So she ended up in prison, of course, in Korea. And the mother from Japan did everything possible legally to have her grandkid and raise the grandkid here in Japan safely and as her own kid. And I'm pretty sure the mom is still in prison. You know, I don't really know their laws and stuff, but and listening to that story, just that story alone makes me feel like, oh my gosh, there's so much sadness in this world, and there's so much evil in this world, and in this world where people just try to bury each other and backbiting all the time and stab you with the words or with actions. You gotta be strong. You gotta be strong and know that there is God, and if you're on his side, you're good, no matter the outcome in this life, because this life is just one little blink of an eye compared to where you came from and what is afterwards. But this little blink, this little spark that we call, like, say 70, 80 years of earthly life, that life here is what the very fabric of what we take from it to get to the next level where we want to be, how much more godly we want to be or not. And so my goal in this life is to remind my kids every day of this, that this reality here is just a glimpse of eternities, and it depends on us and our choices daily what we want to become. Yes, you can play games, yes, you can watch YouTube all day on weekends, but also work on your plans and invite God to be part of your plans so that you can make right decisions for your life, for your future wives and children, and my baby girl, her husband and children. And so yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay, gotta go get some groceries.